Hello and welcome to another episode of ET Deep Dive, where we bring you long-form journalism from the Economic Times in audio. No headlines, no noise, just deeply reported stories told the way they're meant to be experienced. Online dating is hard work. Setting up a fun profile, swiping on people, keeping up with conversations, indulging in small talk over and over again. All while being interesting and charming and witty and funny. It's a lot. But what if there was a way to make it all simpler? Something that gave you a great comeback, a witty one-liner, a hilarious joke, or a flirty retort. Something that ensures you've got great riz without trying too hard. If this sounds like a godsend, think again. This episode is based on Nupur Amarnath's story on how artificial intelligence has quietly wedged itself into the world of online dating and what that means for people still trying to find something real. It's Sunday, the 26th of April. I'm your host, Dia Rekhi, and you are listening to The Morning Brief from the Economic Times. It seemed like a good day on Hinge when Delhi-based doctor Anjali Parekh matched with a lawyer. His profile was on point. He didn't even open with a cheesy line. His chats were witty and insightful, from self-deprecating jokes to amusing details of his travels. Following regular dating hygiene, Parekh combed through his Instagram and LinkedIn pages. Necessary photos and screenshots were shared among her girl gang for a collective vetting. Everything checked out. This was just primed for a meet cute. At a Delhi cafe, Parekh walked in to meet the lawyer, who thankfully looked like his photos. But he could barely string a sentence in English. How could he be the person she had been chatting with on Hinge? She soon realized, to her shock, that she had been talking to a bot. That the lawyer had been using AI to craft real-time conversations. She fled. Yasmin Tinwala, a Mumbai-based social media strategist who shared Parekh's story, puts it plainly. A lot of men struggle to express emotions, and now AI is becoming a crutch to get matches, sound interesting, say the right thing. Zubair Sher Singh Kalsia, a Mumbai-based hospitality professional, says a witty repartee is the bare minimum he expects from a date. So he was delighted when he met someone who, on text, was articulate, funny, engaging. A great textationsship. But the man he met for a drink felt like a stranger. Flat and terse. I felt I was sitting opposite someone I'd never even spoken to, says Kalsia. He adds that the problem is worse in queer dating, where there's already a baseline level of wariness. When you add AI to that mix, it feels like another layer of ambiguity, he said. You're not just wondering about the person, but how much of what you're experiencing is even them. Dating in 2026 is no longer about two people. Artificial intelligence sits right in the middle of them. As AI orchestrates the new human dance of mating, the fatigue around online dating segues into a mistrust about connections. Where earlier, daters were worried about filtered photos and borrowed lines, now they're faced with an LLM-trained lover who turns on AI-generated linguistic charm at the push of a bot. Journalist Adrija Bose, who has been on the apps for a while, says profiles and conversations are starting to sound the same. The prompts, the answers, even the humor feels repetitive. As someone who edits for a living, I recognize AI instantly. So do most users. Fatima Abdul Qadir, a 31-year-old journalist from Kochi, says the use of AI is in your face in cities like Kochi and Bangalore. Bios and opening lines are mostly AI generated. I don't think that should be vilified, but it's hard not to judge when opening lines seem copy-pasted, she says. Diksha Chauhan, a PR professional from Bangalore, received 10 messages on a single day that sounded exactly the same, as though generated by the same prompt. In online dating, where text plays a major role, it's understandable that some would need AI's helping hand. But there are people who outsource entire conversations to AI. Arnav Gupta is a Delhi-based dating coach and founder of The Bro Thing. He's been teaching men to date since 2015. Now he's also calling in AI to help out. Gupta is about to launch Flirt.ai, an AI-assisted app that acts like a wingman. Trained on real conversations of clients, it tells men why a message works, how to break a pattern, and how to keep conversations engaging. Clients can upload screenshots of chats, and the AI will analyze and suggest frameworks, not scripts. The idea is to teach men how to think, not what to copy, he says. We limit usage though. After a week, we encourage the clients to stop relying on the app and apply what they've learned. Not all AI in dating is a villain. Bangalore-based dating app Wavelength uses AI to optimize matches, and its beta version has already notched up 6,000 users. The founders say the idea came from a shared frustration about swipe-based apps that fail to showcase one's personality. Hariharan G, a Chennai-based dating coach who co-founded DateWise, offers a simple framework. Use AI to refine, not replace you. It should be an assistive tool, not your personality. You have to show up as yourself in real life, he says. Bangalore-based creative head Richa Jain sees both sides. It can help people build personality, find common ground, explore interests, and go deeper into things they wouldn't otherwise, she says. But she fears it creates the expectation of perfection. When everyone starts sounding smarter and wittier, your baseline shifts. Real people start to feel underwhelming, and that makes you lose interest in dating altogether. Priya Joshi, a Delhi-based marketing head in her 40s, is direct. Men struggle for visibility on these apps, so there's a push to present a better version, but it feels like a betrayal. And Chauhan, who pays a premium for curated apps, is exasperated. When you're paying a premium, which is the bare minimum to operate sanely in India, and shelling out 1,499 rupees a month or 9,000 rupees plus for curated apps, it's irksome to waste it on AI. She's now leaning towards an arranged marriage. Mumbai-based cyber psychologist Nirali Bhatia explains why this is so hard to resist, even when we sense that something's off. When you chat with a bot, you may cognitively sense a red flag, but emotionally, it's so satisfying that your guard lowers. Over time, she warns, getting used to perfect conversations creates unrealistic expectations, and those using AI-assisted flirting risk losing their ability to think on their own. Dr. Rachna Khanna Singh, founder of Mind and Wellness Studio in Delhi, frames it this way. The concern is not just about factual dishonesty, but a mismatch in emotional authenticity. When someone feels deeply understood online, but encounters a very different person offline, the rupture can feel disorienting. The reaction, she says, is often less about anger and more about confusion and self-doubt. Because what makes AI-related experiences particularly complex is that the emotional investment was real, even if the interaction wasn't. Bhatia puts the real danger plainly. It's not fraud that can be tackled with awareness. It's an irreversible behavioral shift where we get comfortable outsourcing our emotional labor to technology. Adrija Bose says, it feels like people aren't using their brains anymore. and that the social muscle of figuring out how to respond or express yourself is getting weaker. And Fatima Abdul Kader, back on the app after a break, asked the question many daters are sitting with right now. I wonder why I'm even on it if someone can't make the effort to have a conversation without AI. Is this the only choice I have now? There are no easy answers. That's it for today from ET Deep Dive. This story was reported by Nupur Amarnath, narrated for audio by me, Dia Rekhi. It was sound designed by Indraneel Bhattacharjee. Keep listening to The Morning Brief wherever you get your podcasts.